We're here to show your heritage.
You can't show me my heritage. How you gonna
It's
show
your
me?
heritage.
I'm Italian.
Your father's from Italy?
I'm from Italy. I'm born in Italy.
No, that doesn't mean not where you're born. Because guess what? I could be born in China. That doesn't really make me Chinese. I have Chinese citizenship.
I have Italian citizenship and I have American citizenship. I'm really Italian.
You know,
My father's not black.
Huh?
My father's not black.
He's not black.
My father's not black.
Okay, so he looks like what?
I'm not going to tell you because if he comes through here, okay? My father and I are not covered the way you are covered.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
The way you are covered.
I don't know what that means.
Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Excuse me, sir. What's your name? Wego. Where you from? Guatemala. So that's right there in Central America. Now, what's some of the history of Guatemala? Do you know, what did the conquistadors that came there, what did they do to your people? Do you know that history?
Conquistador de my country?
Yeah. Yeah. What did he do? Did he come there for peace? Did he come to teach you anything?
All the people in Guatemala love the
What's the history?
Everything is, I'm Christian. I love the country Israel. Jesus, this country, Jesus.
Well, guess what? We're going to show you. When Christopher Columbus came to your country, he did not come for peace. Right. And he forced Christianity upon your people. The true history is that you people rejected everything they were saying and they killed you for it. They brought lies. Like this image right here, this is what they brought with them. You either serve this or you die. And guess what? That was evil. That was evil. That was a curse. So therefore, they took your children away from you. For example, you speak Spanish. Did you speak Spanish before Christopher Columbus came? Do you know that about your history? What language did you speak?
Spanish.
No, before Christopher Columbus.
Before Spanish.
Spanish, Columbus.
Before Spanish. What language you speak before Spanish?
Spanish.
No. See, you don't know your history. We're here to show you your history in the Bible. Before Christopher Columbus came to this side of the world, you so-called Hispanics, Latinos, were not speaking Spanish.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, on the ships that he came over, he brought, what they call them? Translators. What language did the translators speak? Hebrew. So he was not lost. Don't believe that historical lie that he was looking for another place and happened to run here. No, he knew the people who are on this side of the earth, and he brought translators that spoke Hebrew because he know those people spoke Hebrew. So that was your original language. That was the heritage you were cut off from. Give me back to Jeremiah 17. That's what we're here to show you. Your heritage is in the book, and you were disconnected from your heritage. Because that was, again, one of the curses. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from that heritage that I gave thee.
So you were discontinued from your heritage. From what makes up your heritage? Your laws, your customs, how you get married, what clothes you wear, what God you believe in, what God you worship, civil laws. For example, let's get some of the when it comes to attire, what we were wearing. So this brother here from Guatemala, this is what some of the things their forefather wanted. Give me
That's okay. I think it's okay for now.
So if you look here,
I
right
just cannot
here,
stand on this side.
what are some of the clothing that your forefathers, that the ancient Guatemalans, or they would be known as Mayans, what they wore? Look at some of their clothing. Come. Take a look. Take a look at some of the clothing. Now you see here, this is what you originally wore. Nice garments, and in those garments you have rubies, diamonds, sapphires. That's why when Christopher Columbus came and saw what you had on, it's like you was walking around with $1 million, like it was nothing. Because this land, your land of Guatemala and Central America, is rich with resources. Whereas Europe has really no natural resource. That's right. So why is Europe rich? They robbed everybody else. That's right. They robbed your land that was there. They robbed Africa. It's the same people doing the same thing. That's right. It's the clothing you was wearing. Now notice on the clothing at the bottom.
You be from the tribe of Benjamin, like this brother. He's from the tribe of Benjamin. He's
Right
never
here.
been a...
These are called fringes. Now, the scripture says you were discontinued from your heritage, so part of your heritage was clothing. What were some of the things that you had on as clothes? Read.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Again, God is talking to the children of Israel. Read.
Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So God commanded us to put on fringes as a sign of who we are, as we are separate from every other nation. Yeah. For example, one more example.
Hey, also the brother from the tribe of Benjamin.
Oh, from tribe of Benjamin. Okay.
He said he's Puerto Rican and Jamaican.
Oh, you're Puerto Rican and Jamaican. Okay. So where's your father from? Okay, your father's from Jamaica. So read that in Numbers 1. So we have a brother here. You know, some people are so-called mixed, or they have one parent from one place and another parent from another place. According to the Bible, to move all that, it's where your father is from. Because why? Your father carries the seed. Just like if you have an apple seed and you plant it right here in America, what comes out? An apple. If you take that same seed, you plant it in China, what comes out? An apple tree. It may look different because the soil is not the same, but the essence of it is that it's an apple tree at the end of the day. So, same thing. Now the scripture's going to explain that to you. Read.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees.
Their pedigrees, meaning your family line, just like with dogs, they have different pedigrees. Read.
After their families, by the house of their fathers.
So that's how they did it, by the house of their fathers. So that's why, okay, you say Puerto Rican and Jamaican. But since your father is Jamaican, you would be this. You would be from the tribe of Benjamin. So that would be your tribe. All praises. And guess what? Even though your mother would be from the tribe of Ephraim, that's still the same people. You were called Israelites according to God. read some of the curses, and you'll realize both your mother and your father's side, their families went through these same curses back then, and it's still going on till today. Okay, hey. But, okay, go back to Jeremiah.
All right, man.
So now, we went over some of the clothing of your former heritage. Let's go into, read that again in Jeremiah 17. So, we're going into your heritage. The stuff that we used to do, our real culture. Not hip-hop. Hip-hop is just one tiny piece, and y'all want to claim as that's your only culture. You are bigger than that. Hip-hop is like 30 years old. We are an ancient and great people. That's right. Our history starts from way beyond hip-hop. So read that again, the curse.
Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from that heritage that I gave thee.
So God gave us a heritage. We're going to go into another aspect of that heritage that we lost. So we lost the kind of clothes that we wear. So now let's go, what kind of food did you eat in this particular heritage? What foods were you allowed to eat? What foods weren't you allowed to eat? What is our heritage? Because according to today, guess what? If you want to take your girl out, where you go? Red Lobster. Red Lobster is filled with abomination.
Bring it out!
That has food that's not from your heritage, not your culture. We never had a history of eating those things until we were brought here on slave ships. Like eating chitlins and parts of the pig, all of that is unclean to you according to God. So let's see the heritage that God gave us when it came to our food menu, our diet. Read.
Leviticus chapter 11 verse 6. And here, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you.
Bring it out!
And the swine,
the pig, the hog, the other white meat. Read.
though he divide the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud.
The cud, what the cud means is usually the animals we're allowed to eat have multiple stomachs. And chewing the cud means it chews its food, then it regurgitates it, and then it gets digested again, so it has to purify it. So that way, whatever that animal eats, you do not eat, it does not translate to you when you eat that animal. Read.
He is unclean to you.
So the swine, the pig, is unclean unto us because it does not purify its food when it eats it. So therefore, some of the things that come from eating outside your own heritage leads to death. High blood pressure, that's right, that's a curse among our people. We lead, number one and number two, blacks and Hispanics, as far as dying from heart disease. Because what you eat, what you think is called your cultural food, that's not your food. According to God, you wasn't allowed to eat that. That's not your culture. You have assimilated the culture of your slave master. Therefore, because you continue to eat those things, your lifespan is cut in half. That's what we're bringing out to you. Go back to your original culture. To be the person who you are meant to be. Keep reading.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch.
You're not even supposed to touch these things. Read.
They are unclean to you.
They are unclean to you. Go back to Jeremiah. So we covered clothing, attire, and we covered. Hey, brother, you have a question?
Okay, so.
I know you all right.
Yeah.
Hey.
You're 100. I'm 80 years old. You all right.
Okay. Do you know who you are according to the Bible? Yeah. So sometimes, guess what? Moses didn't turn into the Lord until he was 80 years old. So you right up there with Moses.
That's right.
As far as the time. So let's go to the book. Oh yeah, that's always been in the Bible. Now today Christians perverted say you can eat whatever you want. And now you're dying.
And the time that pork come from raised black slavery.
Exactly. Those were leftovers.
Yep.
So now let's go back to Deuteronomy 28. So this is going to show you more curses. Give me verse 46. Now these curses, God cursed us as a people with a particular set of curses that only happen to us. And that's how you know who you are. We read before in Jeremiah, you'll be discontinued from your heritage, meaning you won't even know who you are. Because all they teach us, our enemies, they just teach us, they're not going to teach you the truth. They're not going to teach you who you really are. That's counterproductive. If they want to rule over you, why would I tell you that you're God's chosen people? That you're better than me? Like as even today now, you'll see the truth come out more. And guess what's happening? Did you hear about what happened to Deshaun Jackson, Nick Cannon? They revealed that we are the children of Israel.
Right.
And now they're being called anti-Semites.
Right.
They're being called hate speech. So that's how far it's gotten that your enemy doesn't want to tell you who you are. To the point that if you do find out who you are, you're considered a bigot. They call it hate speech. When did truth become hate speech? We are who we are according to the Bible. So now we'll read the curses that prove who we are. Start at verse 46.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46. And there shall be upon thee for a sign.
The sign will be, the curses is going to be upon for a sign. For example, okay, what does that sign say right there? Yeah, a sign is supposed to give you information about
Where are you going?
yeah, where you are, who you are, what street is this, what block is this. That's what the sign is supposed to be. Now God's saying the curses will be for you a sign. Read.
And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So the curses are going to be a sign and to make you think on all your children forever. To be like, why are we in the condition we are today? What happened? What went wrong? So that's what the signs are supposed to be upon. Hey sister, you have a question?
I'm taking pictures of them.
Okay, no problem. We're going to be telling you, like, we're going over the history of black history within the Bible and how the curses that...
Following you guys.
Okay, hey, all praises, all praises. We're showing you all the history that's in the Bible.
Bring it out.
So we'll keep reading. Sister, what's your name? Uday. Hi, my name is Ezra. And your name? Tejoy. My name is Ezra. Pleasure to meet you guys. So we're going to go over black and Hispanic history within the Bible. So back to where we was at before about the curses. Read that again.
I'm going to do a video. You mind?
Feel free.
Yeah, please. Take a picture too.
46.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46.
Okay.
And there shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
What is that talking about there? It's talking about God cursed us as a people. And because he cursed us, he said those same curses are going to tell you who you are in the future. This is during the time of Moses. He said, if you disobey me, these are the things that's going to happen to you. Now, all you got to do is look at your own culture and see what's some of the problems that ate your own culture. Like, what are you from, Puerto Rico? Ephraim? So you're from Puerto Rico. So what happened to Puerto Rico? How did the United States become over Puerto Rico? What happened? Huh? No. How did the United States rule over Puerto Rico now? That you guys are not even independent no more.
We're the true Israelites.
Think about it. What does the word Puerto Rico
We are
mean?
the true Jews. The first.
Rich,
They came
poor.
out of us.
Meaning it's an island filled with riches. That's what the conquistadors named it, the rich port. It was diamonds, rubies, gold, everything that you could think of that would make you a world power just from that island by itself.
That's right.
If you were independent. But the United States is like, no, these are some of the people of God, and their job is to not let you rule. So they took all your resources. They took everything that you hold sacred, they took that away from you. They took your language, who you look like, changed what your God looked like. For example, you speak Spanish?
Yes.
Okay. Sister, you have a question?
No, I'm not Spanish, I'm Italian.
You're Italian?
Bring it out.
I'm not Israelite.
Okay. So your father's Italian?
I'm Italian.
Huh?
I'm Italian.
Your father's from Italy?
I'm from Italy. I was born in Italy and now.
No. That doesn't mean nothing where you're born. Because guess what? I could be born in China. That doesn't really make me Chinese. I have Chinese citizenship.
I have Italian citizenship and I have American citizenship. I'm really Italian.
Okay. Meaning your father is Italian.
No, I'm Italian. My father's Italian and my father's Italian. I have more than one ethnicity, but I'm Italian. Well, you can't tell me about me because my father had me tested.
Huh?
Okay, I have
That-
I'm Italian.
Sister, that's not what we're saying.
Okay. So
Guess what? Guess what?
All my fathers.
We were, at one point, we lived in Africa, but we not Africans.
No, I'm not me.
We lived all over the world. Slave ships came from everywhere.
Mine came from Italy. My parents came
And guess what? There's our peoples in Italy too. The Moors came and conquered Italy. That's why they don't like the Moors anymore. So what are you saying?
No, what are you saying? I'm Italian. I'm telling you that.
We're telling you before there was even a country called Italy. What were you before that?
I wasn't African. I'm not African. I'm black. I'm not.
We're not claiming that you're African. We're telling you your true history according to God. That's before those countries were made. That God called you a particular name. And over time, you have picked up different names depending on where you resided at. That's it. It's just simple. Guess what? You can't be Italian if there's no Italy before that. So what were you called before Italian? Just like, okay, like for example, we're called African Americans today. That term is only like what, 40 years old. So what were we called before African American? We were called black. We were called Negroes before that. What were we called before that? What were we called in the 1800s during the independence? We were called slaves and niggas. What were we called before that? I'm telling you, through history, since the beginning, we've been called many different things.
Bring it out.
That's it. Because we got people from all over the world that follow us. And that's what we're telling you. We're telling you, okay, that's why we're going to the time of Moses. Moses is before Italy. Moses is before Europe in general. That's what we're telling you. What you came from. Huh? You're not part of Rome. It's just a country that you lived in. That's it. That's all it is. You have to understand there's a difference between citizenship. Okay. Even if you grew up there.
What are you actually talking about?
Okay. I'll give you this example.
Bring it out.
The country of Argentina.
My father's not black.
Huh?
My father's not black.
He's not black.
My father's not black.
Okay, so he looks like what?
I'm not going to tell you because if he comes through here, okay, my father and I are not covered the way you are covered.
I don't know what that means. I'm asking for explanation.
Brother, make sure you do that.
Hey, there's something that made you stop here.
Yeah, they asked me to stop here. That's my son.
Hey, you didn't have to stop here.
I don't stop my children.
Something brought you here. Something brought you here. We're here to show your heritage.
You can't show me my heritage.
It's your heritage. That's what we're showing.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
The curses are going to be upon our people for a sign and a wonder. To show what? Who you are. Let me Isaiah 1 and 3. God told us already for disobeying his laws that everything that we had, nationality, language, speech, would be taken away from us. All our gold, our riches, our houses, our children, our own bodies, your own mind, all of these things will be taken away from you. Read.
Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. The ox knoweth its owner.
So God is saying an ox, a dumb animal, knows his owner, knows his own God, knows who created him, what he looks like. Read.
And the ass is master's script.
Oh, an ass, another dumb animal, knows their homeland. They know where they live at. Just because you have descendants from Italy doesn't mean that's your homeland. Are we all here in America? Are we from America? Not even your enemy, those so-called Europeans who conquered America, is from America.
That's right.
There was a whole nother group of people here before that.
Right.
Those are the true Americans.
Right.
So you claiming that you're from Italy doesn't mean nothing. At one point we ruled the whole world.
Right.
So we're from everywhere. The whole world belongs to us anyway.
That's right.
Good trouble. I'm gonna get in trouble. It's gonna be good trouble. That's
The
what I
ox,
want. Good trouble.
know it,
Good trouble, bro.
is owner, and the ass is master's script. But Israel don't not know. My people don't not consider.
So one of the curses is God says you would know who your God is, know who you belong to, know where your homeland is. But as a curse, you would lose these things. These simple, basic things of identity. Ask a Chinese man where he's from. He knows where he's from. He knows the gods he worships. He knows the land. He knows the area in China he's from. He knows where his grandfather, his great-great-grandfather, they have a family name. How far back can we go in our lineage to know who we are? We are the only people upon this planet that have a problem going back as a nation past your great-grandfather.
Right.
That is a curse from God upon his chosen people.
Right.
And our job here today is to wake you up.
Right.
We used to scream Black Power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.